Hi, Leah, Hannah, Brandon, and Jordan. I'm making this video. I want to offer you some feedback on the job you did relative to unpacking the Bostock versus Clayton County case. First, I want to say that I appreciate the headline that you chose because you're absolutely right. As a result of this holding, it really does open the door or the gateway to ensure equality for all people. I think it was Brandon who said that this holding makes it not only okay, but legal for people to show up and be their true, authentic self. The case hinged on the definition of sex. In the introductory comments, your opening speaker talked about the fact that this case was really a compilation of several cases that had this similar quality as far as trying to define sex, but the outcomes were all over the place. And that's why SCOTUS granted certiorari, to try and bring some consensus around, well, how do we define sex in legal terms? And one of the things I want you to keep in mind is that this holding, it really is speaking to individuals and discrimination. It protects individuals from sexual discrimination. It's not protecting groups. As you think back on the case, in each instance that was discussed, it had to do with discrimination against an individual. For example, I'm looking at your second point under column 1. If a male who identifies as female is fired, but not female who is always identified as female, the only distinction between them is identified is sex at birth. And so keep in mind that the law or this holding is affirming protections for individuals. Another thing I want you to think about is in the presentation, there seemed to be some overlap between Title VII and Title IX. Title VII is going to protect employees against sexual discrimination. Title IX protects students against sexual discrimination. Both hinge on that term of sex. But as a result of Bostock and the Gavin Grimm holding relative to Title IX, we know that sex, the definition of sex, includes LGBTQ individuals. I wanted to make a comment about that third speaker. The third speaker, the sound quality was somewhat poor, and so it was difficult to hear, even though I think the speaker, because I listened a few times, made excellent points. When doing your presentation, you want the quality of the sound to be good, and the speaker was probably somewhat nervous and very rushed. So in doing the reading, the clarity was not optimum. But overall, I think that you all did an excellent job unpacking the case. It was clear to me that you had done some supplemental research around the case to really get a clear understanding, and I walked away feeling like you did understand this case and were able to communicate it to your classmates. So thanks very much. Excellent work.